I think it's time for a real-time life update. So we're gonna keep the vibe super chill, minimal edits, because I just want to feel like we are on FaceTime and we're just chatting, catching up like besties, because that's what we are, you and me. You and me, we're besties, right? If you're new here, hi, my name is Tessa. I am 24, I live downtown Toronto, and my channel is all about what life in your 20s can look like with a focus on gentle productivity. Thank you, Zoe Pritchard, for coining that term for us. Wellness, personal finance, and the occasional tech-related / productivity-related video. Stay tuned for those. Anyways, let's chat through some things. So let's start off with work, because the last time that we had chatted, your girl was unemployed. And now I am very much not unemployed, and it's honestly been going really, really well. If you missed my last video, I got a job at a restaurant tech company in the sales enablement field, which a lot of companies don't actually have, but essentially my job is to just upskill all of the sales reps. So I am no longer one of the people doing the selling, but instead I am helping the people who sell. And it's been really good. We've had a lot of leadership changes in my time. So we got a new director on my week 2, and I think a new chief of sales on week 6 maybe. So honestly, the past like 4 or 5 months have just been a lot of strategy building, and it's been really cool. It's been really fun to like be part of the actual strategy versus just like, hey, I need you to execute on this. So it's honestly been really great. I have made 2 really good friends from it so far, and I don't know, like obviously there's some tough days, there's some things that don't go your way, but that's kind of just the reality of work. The second piece of this puzzle is this wonderful space that I'm sitting in right now, and that is the apartment. So the apartment has been phenomenal. Honestly, really love it. The only thing, the elevators in this building, I just don't even know. They're so slow. One of them will like get you all the way up to, I don't know, let's say like the 29th floor, and then it'll completely wipe all of the rest of the floors that are above it, so you have to like scan your phone and then press it again. Anyways, it's a whole thing and it's really annoying, but the apartment itself has been phenomenal. The views, the natural light, even just the vibes, like the vibes in this building are just so much more homey than in our last place, and I'm just loving it. If you don't know, I live with a roommate, but not for too long. At the end of this lease, my boyfriend and I are planning on moving in together. So that's a hard launch on that. If you're in my personal life, you already know that, but most of you aren't in my personal life. So there you go. That's fun. That's something to look forward to in the spring. I'm not quite sure why I wanted to talk about this as an entire bucket, but I put finances as a life update, and honestly, it's just because I feel like I'm in a really good place financially since I got this job. I think this entire year, my mindset around money has just shifted so incredibly much to where I'm thinking about it a lot more, but in a healthier way of like, okay, I can save here, I can splurge here, versus in the past it was always just kind of like, okay, well, I guess this costs money and that costs money and I have to pay for it. But you know what? You don't. Sometimes you do, but generally speaking, it's not a have to, it's generally a want to. So that's just something that I've really come into this year. And since starting my job in May, it's currently October 2nd, I have already saved $7,000, which is pretty phenomenal considering in my first 3 years of postgrad, I had saved virtually $0. So we're like really on the up and up here, and I'm so proud of myself. I will be talking about an app soon. Obviously not sponsored because we're not there yet, but I love this app. It's called Monarch. We will talk about it another day, but it is just so incredible. Okay, and then I honestly just wanted to catch you guys up on what my life has been looking like in the past few months. Also today, I just got a new iPhone 16. I'm returning this case because that's ugly and I don't like the camera cutout, but iPhone 16 Pro, she's beautiful. And we will also be doing a video on this guy. I got an Ultra Human Ring Air, and I have been loving it so much so that I'm no longer wearing my watch, and I just have this ugly tan that I'm sporting now, so that's phenomenal. Anyways, let's go back into what we've been up to for the past few months. I'm honestly just gonna like scroll through my photo app and see if I can pull any highlights. So May was honestly pretty chill. I started my job, so it was a lot of just getting used to that. I was working some shifts at puppy yoga, which if you didn't know, I also work a part-time job at this company called Puppy Sphere, which is local to Toronto. There's locations all over the US now, so if you're interested, check that out. It's called the Puppy Sphere. They do really incredible puppy related events. Also a crazy thing, on literally my like 3rd day of work, I got a message in the Puppy Sphere group chat being like, hey guys, is anyone available to work this event? And I looked at the address and it was literally the address of my office. So on my second or third day, I got to go cuddle puppies because my work was at my other work and it was phenomenal. And honestly, nothing else really went down in May. June, started to go to a bunch of baseball games because if you know me, you know that I love a baseball hot dog, and the Jays have dollar dogs every Tuesday. So we definitely attended maybe one too many of those, but they're so fun. And then in June, I faced a fear and I went to an EDM show. We went to see John Summit. Honestly, it was fantastic. I was really nervous about it because I'm not a huge fan of crowds. I'm not into the whole like drug scene. That's just not me. And I was scared because in this venue, there's a lawn and then there's also seats. I just kind of decided that the seats weren't going to be occupied, but they were, and we had seat tickets, and it was fantastic because we didn't have to deal with any like mosh pit or anything, because that is really what I was stressed out about. And it was honestly so fun. Continued to have lots of work days, popped up to the cottage once or twice, and then we're into July. And July honestly was a really good month. We started the month off going to the cottage, so we were there for the long weekend. And then Tommy and I went to a Tyler Childers concert, which was phenomenal. We also had some really nice sunsets in the city, as always. And then the fun part came, and Tommy and I went on a little trip to Boston. We were in Boston for about 3-4 days, I think. We stayed at the Fairmont. 100% recommend. I did tell Tommy to lie that it was our anniversary, and it paid off. It really paid off. I already got it on an Amex deal, so we got the fourth night free. And then for our anniversary, we got free breakfast every single day and $100 credit onto our room, which phenomenal. It was so worth it. When we were there, we also rented a car through Turo and did like a full day trip down to Cape Cod, which was honestly so fun. The vibes there, phenomenal. I honestly don't think I've ever been to like an East Coast beach town like that. If you're Canadian, it did kind of give Halifax vibes, but in a very different, less sailor way, more bougie way, if that makes any sense to anyone other than me. And then the actual reason for the trip was we were actually going to see Noah Kahan, and it was his last show of the Stick Season tour. So we were there for Fenway Night 2, and it was so good. Like, oh, I love a singer-songwriter, and a singer-songwriter in concert is just so amazing. Like, and then all of a sudden it's August, and honestly August was very chill for me. I didn't really do anything. I worked at Puppy Sphere a lot. I got my blood work taken. We went back to the cottage. I bought my ring, and we had a big 2 weeks at work where we launched someone through a new program that we were running. So that was honestly all of August. We went to the CNE, which in Toronto is like a 2-week-long fair type thing. Beginning of September, my friend got a puppy, a little baby Cavapoo. Her name is Penny. Penny's so cute. She's a little crazy, but she's cute. And then actually in the middle of September, life got kind of weird. So Tommy and I went on a date day. On a Sunday, we went over to Scarborough Bluffs. Honestly, had an amazing day. We also went into Leaside, just kind of bopped around, shopped. And little did we know that that was gonna be probably our last date day with my car. Because 2 days later, while I was at the office, I got a phone call from Tommy's roommate who let me know that my bumper was on the ground. My car was parked at Tommy's house for the time being. And someone had Someone had driven. Apparently a truck driver had pulled out of the driveway and just absolutely obliterated my bumper on their way out. So for the past essentially 2-3 weeks, I have just been dealing with insurance, dealing with garage maintenance people. After the whole car fiasco, we had 2 more concerts to end out the summer season. We went to John Party, and then last week we went to Vance Joy. This was our second time seeing Vance Joy. Again, singer-songwriters in concert or live are just, they're so good. So that is where the timeline brings us now. But in terms of looking ahead, let's talk about what life will look like in the coming months, because if all goes to plan, there will be some significant changes. Like, me right now versus me in 1 year is going to be pretty different. I'm going to go into hibernation mode this winter, and I honestly have 3, maybe 4 goals that I really want to deal with. One of them is this. I really want to build this channel. Today is actually a month and a half until my 25th birthday, and I think that's just putting a lot into perspective. Obviously, we're getting to the quarter life crisis, we're getting to the frontal lobe development, so it all makes sense that I'm having these thoughts. But the life that I have right now, while incredible and while really great, there are still a lot of things that I want to work towards. And the things that I want to work towards in that dream life do somewhat revolve around this channel. So I really want to refocus in on this and put my all into building this community. The second thing, and this one's a lot smaller, but I just really want to get back to cooking at home. I really do like cooking, but I've found recently that my mindset around it has been, it's a chore. It has been just to fuel me versus to make nourishing meals for myself, for my partner, and for the people around us. Okay, and the last one, and this is a big one because I've honestly only told like 3 or 4 people in my personal life this, but I am officially working towards becoming Pilates certified. I'm so excited. I'm doing a program fully online for now because I just want to make sure that it's actually something I want to do before I spend thousands and thousands of dollars on it. But there'll be lots of content to come with that, and I'm just so excited. There was a significant period of time in high school where I really wanted to go into physio. I really wanted to go into the kinesiology field, and I just didn't. I opted for business school instead. And in the past year or so, now that I've gotten into Pilates, I've gotten into yoga, I'm really starting to see how I can channel my love for that type of movement with a desire to learn more about how the body actually functions. Okay, to close out this chatty life update, let's talk about the future of this channel. So like I said earlier, I do really want to commit to this channel and to all of you. And I know that might not mean much, and honestly right now it doesn't mean much to me either because I haven't proven it to myself. I haven't proven it to you guys because I have been super wishy-washy over the past few years. But I really believe to my core that this is my moment, that this is the time that I'm ready to commit to it, that I'm ready to kind of give my all to it and see what can come of it. So what's that going to mean is 2 videos a week. We'll see how I do with that. We're going to commit to it for now. If we need to adjust, we can always iterate, and that is absolutely okay. First video is going to be a weekly vlog. Sometimes it'll be themed and structured, other times it's literally just going to be whatever comes out of my mouth. So prepare yourself for that. And then the second vlog is going to be more of that like produced content. So it'll be something that pushes me out of my comfort zone to actually think through the production of a video. And honestly, I really just want to make this part of my routine. I want to make filming, editing, posting, doing everything that I can for you guys, even just like getting back on TikTok. But anyways, as we rebuild this channel, please let me know what content you'd like to see from me, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye! Let's do the weird wave. Bye, cookie! I don't know why I did that. Bye.